Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and today's episode of Cheap versus Expensive is going to be comparing an entry-level Gladiator to a loaded-up Gladiator. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout-out and thank you to the Larry Trailer, Dodge Ram, Jeep, Chrysler here in Provo for giving me some time with both of these Gladiators. Both of these are available for sale, so if you're interested, link to their website in the description down below, link to my car buying guide as well. Let's get into it. Powering the loaded up Gladiator is a 3.6 liter V6. This one has the 6-speed manual. But anyways, power output's 285 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy is 16 around town and then 21 on the highway. Now the base model has the exact same powertrain. This particular base model has the automatic, so 8-speed automatic, and that bumps up fuel economy a little bit, 17 around town and then 22 on the highway. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So the affordable Gladiator that I picked out is a Willys edition. Now this isn't technically a base model, but it's hard to find a Sport Gladiator. And the next best that was on the lot was a Sport S, and the Sport S was literally $2,000 less than the Willys. So I figured I'd do the cooler one because $2,000. But anyways, you can see we've got this cool military green paint, got the little Willys logo there on the side. Blacked out grille, which I think I like that blacked out grille more than the blacked out grille on the Rubicon. But you've got a plastic bumper, you do have recovery points on it. So yeah, I mean, it still has a cool look. The Rubicon, a little bit cooler with the hood vent there. And then we have a steel bumper, so a little bit more hardcore. Both of them have the upgraded lights. So there's more similarities than differences so far. So at the Willys, it's 255 by 75 by 17 for the tire and wheel setup. With the Rubicon, it is 285 by 70 by 17. So wider tire but less sidewall, whereas that has more sidewall, but then it's a narrower tire. Both of them have solid axles. Here's kind of a look at the Rubicon setup. And then we'll kind of dive in here with the Willys there so you can kind of see a little bit. They both have painted fender flares. There's more similarities so far. You can see with the trail rated badge, the Jeep Gladiator badge, we've got rock rail protection with both of them as well. And then when it comes to the tops, you notice that the Rubicon has this nice painted top, whereas with the Willys, it is unpainted, so that's a big difference so far. And then popping to the rear again, tire difference. Both have solid axles in the back. It's kind of like a little bit of what you can see with the suspension. Here's a look at the shocks of the Rubicon, by the way. Compare that. It looks like they have the same shocks. So, not a difference there. So here's a side view with the Willys. And then here's a side view with the Rubicon. So now I'll pop into the beds of both the trucks, starting with the Rubicon here. Got bed liner, got lights as well. Good space. I mean, it's a mid-size pickup truck, so it's solid. Looks like we've got the rear sliding window with both of them, manual on both. And popping into the, I guess the Willys is locked for some reason. Wrong key. Take two. Okay, here we go. So, lights. Oh, it's got an outlet too, which is pretty cool. This one's got a tonneau cover. Did I miss the outlet in the Rubicon? Let's pop that up. Let's pop over here again. No, there is no outlet in the Rubicon. Weird. Within the rest of the back ends, with the taillights and everything, you got different colored recovery points, and the Rubicon has 2, whereas the Willys has 1. But other than that, they look pretty similar. Now popping into the rear area, a little bit more basic with the material use. You'll see this trim's pretty nice though. Got these cloth seats with the Willys package. They're nice for cloth seats. Got vents and window controls there in the center as well, by the way. And popping into the Rubicon, you can see soft touch up here. And they got like fancy stitching on this, so a little bit fancier. And then you got the leather seats. So fancier with the seats. The seats also have, you can see here with the red stitching, got all the window controls and all that there in the back. So pretty similar, but different too. And this leads us up front with the Willys. So same thing with the more basic material use on the door panel. Looks like no blind spot monitoring with the mirror. See the payload differences. So with this one it's 800 and, wow, interesting. Interesting. Anyways, manual seats, cloth. Got our light controls here, and then this trim. Pop in, turn her on. Got the signature Jeep gauge cluster. I like the steering wheel with this trim too. It's pretty cool. If we pop over to the Jeep tab, by the way, just have a backup camera. It's interesting with the trim that goes across. Do have dual zone climate and heated seats. We've got off-road cruise control, 4 auxiliary switches, rear locking differential, off-road plus. We've got an advanced 4-wheel drive system. So the shifter here for that 8-speed automatic. So yeah, I think the biggest difference is just the seats. Oh, no top insulation. This one does not have top insulation. That's important. And popping over to the Rubicon, again, you can see with the door panel here, blind spot running with the mirrors, so that's the first plus in the Rubicon. So it has more payload. I think that's due to the manual. It's over 1,000 pounds. Leather seats, so that's another plus with the Rubicon. They're power adjustable too. So light controls, it's all the same. This is a little bit different. The Rubicon coloration. You gotta put the clutch in too. Gauge cluster looks the same. Steering wheel feels the same material-wise, it's just the stitching that's different. Got adaptive cruise control with this. Then we pop over to the vehicle tab. Front and rear camera, so that's a little bit of an upgrade for this. No off-road cruise control, but that's because this has a manual. If it had the automatic, it would have it. It's literally the only reason. But all the dual zone climate and stuff is the same. You've got a front locker, and you've got a sway bar disconnect, so that's an upgrade with this. You can see there's stitching across there as well. And then we've got top insulation. Wow. Okay, so let's quickly go over some pricing details. So that sticker's for $57, that sticker's for $67. A Sport S, which the Willys is built off of, would sticker for $55, so $2,000 less. If that had an automatic transmission, it would sticker for about $69. So if I did a Sport S versus a Rubicon X, then you're looking at $55 versus $69. So I mean, it's a pretty big difference, $14,000. But with these two, $10,000 is the price difference. And for $10,000, you get a better front bumper. You've got a front locking diff, sway bar disconnect, leather seats, power seats, top insulation, blind spot monitoring, front camera, better audio system. That's something else I forgot to mention. But other than that, they're pretty similar. So is the Rubicon worth $10,000 more? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll see you.